If you don't know us yet, I am Leon, this is Lo, and this is Geshi. We're here to chat our opinion about...
We're here to expose the industry.
We're here to have a laugh, basically, and like kind of laugh at how ridiculous the world is right now, especially relating to hemp and canna.
This video, we're going to do a little feature where we've gone to health food store, we should say, and going to kind of like review some products. I don't know
if you've seen any of our older content, but Schmolland and Schmarrett is the closest thing I can say. Gesh went on a little explore.
I went on a little stealth mission to check out the competition.
Reconnaissance.
Recce Gesh.
This is an actual like high street shop. Like they are literally on every high street. Everybody will know who this shop is. These guys are selling stuff to everyone all over the country, and it just feels very kind of like. It's a little bit iffy for me.
I think in a lot of people's minds, these guys are the go-to for anything like in terms of health food stores.
Alternative health.
The amount of people that we get complaining about this particular store and something that they've bought there, a lot of the time because they just assumed it's reputable because it's being sold by this store.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to actually jump in and see what they're trying to push out there.
Basically, we're not doctors. Although like sometimes we sound like we know what we're talking about, we really don't officially. We're not legally allowed to give you proper medical advice. We are just here to have a conversation and to discuss how things are from our own opinions.
100. I mean, we're gonna have to do these disclaimers every time, so it might be a little bit boring, but we've got to say it just to cover our asses.
Cover our ass.
So what are we looking at right here?
Some CBD oral drops. It's oral use, goes in your mouth.
Why have you got an E number in there?
Like looking at the ingredients, it's a bit weird.
It's vegan friendly.
It's vegan friendly, but what I find weird is that it just says single strength on the front and double strength. It doesn't actually tell you
what strength is what.
It doesn't tell you how many milligrams are in each bottle.
Keeping track of your milligrams and stuff and your dosage is like really helpful and really important, which is why
one of the things that people come to the shop and ask is how much do I need to take, etc., etc. So this thing here is not telling you how much is in the whole bottle. It's giving you milligrams per drop on the side, but it's actually quite unclear, I think. Hemp seed oil, CBD oil, stabilizer, E433. It just specifies it's got CBD oil in it. So what does that mean? Like in that respect, it's like it could be just isolate CBD powder dissolved into the oil. Could be what is CBD oil? CBD comes from hemp.
For optimum results, shake well before use. Take 3 drops up to 3 times a day.
Wait for it.
Equivalent to 4.2 milligrams of CBD per serving.
4.2 per serving is minuscule.
That's a really low dose. Like honestly, that's the kind of dose I'd give Pancho.
Yeah. That's
my little dog. I've got a dog called Pancho, and he's 13, 14 kilos like weight, so he's small. That's the kind of dose I'd give him.
Yeah.
But for a big grown human, we do suggest between 5 and 30 because everybody does have different tolerances. But true. I mean, generally 5 milligrams is a very mild dose. Check this other one. This is actually
it's out for your skin.
Yeah, so it's a CBD day serum, super concentrated with light texture to give your skin a moisture boost. But what I couldn't work out with this when I was looking at it was, again, how much it's got in it. How much CBD is in there.
They're not putting it front and centre. It's obviously something that they're not keen to show off.
And what made me laugh is it says, the CBD and hemp seed oils work together to help regulate the skin's oil production, giving you the correct balance for your skin type.
I actually did read hemp seed oil because of the nature of... I'm actually writing about it at the moment. The nature of it's the way the fats are. They sit on your skin in a way that doesn't clog up your pores.
Okay, so
it provides moisture. This is raw hemp seed oil.
Yeah.
Provides moisture, but it doesn't... It means that your body doesn't think that it's filled with oil. So it produces its own oil still.
At the same time.
Because a lot of products like moisturisers especially...
They block it.
And then you all of a sudden can't produce the right oils to regulate your skin.
So it says CBD rich hemp extract. That's what it says along the top.
Super concentrated.
Sorry if our heads are twisting around because we're just looking at the video at the same time.
It's lots of nice, pretty pictures and nice
well presented,
font.
but it's suitable for vegetarians and vegans. Fine, but it's a serum, so you shouldn't be eating it.
Am I missing these? Where's the milligram?
It doesn't tell you. It does not tell you at all.
And
the milligrams.
Look how far down cannabidiol is on the list. It doesn't specify. It just says cannabidiol, and it's number 18 on the list. Like
this oil here is. I like the wording on it. Ultra pure CBD powder because this is an isolate. Yeah. Obviously, it's pure.
Most likely. And 0% THC, so you can be pretty sure.
Or it
could be broad spec, but we highly doubt it, especially the way they talk. I mean, CBD does not cause a high and is not addictive.
The reason why I say
odorless oil.
The reason I say that it's actually it could be broad spectrum is because they don't specify the fact that it's an isolate, which means that in that 20 milligrams that it said on the other side per 3.35 mil, that 20 milligrams could be 20 milligrams of just hemp.
So what they ask?
Because it's ultra pure CBD powder. How much of that CBD powder is actually CBD?
Yeah, exactly. You don't know. Again, you don't know, innit?
You cut because they don't. This is why they don't specify. This is why we try to have as little as possible in our box and say exactly what it is.
Yeah, don't try and fluff it up with loads of nice jargon. Basically,
this is like we make our own oils, and this is confusing for us. Like
literally, we've been selling oils for 5 years, more than 5 years, and looking at a bottle like this, which is available right now on a shelf on every high street. It's a joke. It's a blatant joke.
Look, science, and then all of that information crammed in.
But it also claims to be the first CBD food supplement to use FDA registered raw material.
So it must be an isolate that's been registered. Like
must be. Well, the way the novel food thing went is that they want everyone to be using isolate.
Ultra pure powder. That's a weird way to put it.
But the other thing that makes me laugh is that CBD is permitted by the WADA. Like World Anti-Doping Agency.
In case you get really good at cycling. It does not cause a high and it's not addictive. Shock.
Yeah.
It's using MCT like our oils, which is a great carrier agent, but
we use C8 MCT.
Yeah, exactly. We use C8
It's a particular fat found inside the coconut oil. MCT contains a few different, and we've chosen one. Very particular.
The most absorbable.
Yeah.
It's the one that's going to get the most. So if you use this as your carrier, you're going to get the most CBD into your system via this channel, this carrier. Yeah.
It's also a really, really good fat for your stomach and digestion.
It's good for energy levels as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it helps you digest your food properly, and get the energy out of it properly, which means you feel more full and you stay energized for longer. So people use C8 MCT on its own.
You can find it in loads of products. You can find it in loads of stuff. Like, we were selling a CBD coffee that had MCT in it as well.
Yeah.
Like ready mixed. But look at these guys again. They're using 2 strengths, 280 milligrams in a bottle. Oh, 560 milligrams in a bottle. Again, very, very weak.
10 milligrams a day, they're suggesting.
Very, very. I mean, it's a joke, really. No one's going to get anything out of 10 milligrams a day.
No, the higher end is 20 milligrams. Like, just for reference, our higher end oil is 66 milligrams per dose. So it's like 3 times what they're marketing as.
It's really like lightweight like products they're using. Like, I mean, fast absorbing oil drops, and it's just like, if you're like a normal person going to buy CBD, 560 milligrams is not going to mean nothing to you. 280 milligrams, you're going to be like, oh, I don't know, I'll get that one because it's more value for money probably.
We touched on it before as well, like with terpenes and cannabinoids, like there's a thing called the entourage effect, where everything works a lot better when they work with each other.
Synergistically.
Which basically, so it's like having 1 and 1, they give you 2 by themselves.
Yeah.
But if you have them together, you get 3.
Yeah.
That's the simplest way I can explain it. It's a phenomenon.
Some of all the parts together create a much better one part.
One whole thing. Yeah. Like, it does all the effects, but just a lot better. And if you notice in all the oils we've seen so far in this, they're all either isolate, so no other cannabinoids, or they might have some traces of terpenes, but no product has it all together.
So now, This one here, right? This one here bugs me out because I'm driving the other day and I see an advert on the back of a bus.
Buses.
You've seen that one, innit? And
Every bus
what
in
does it
London.
say? It says something like, get CBD from a brand that you can trust. I'm like,
I've never heard of you before. Like,
I don't even want to say your name on here to promote you, but someone Biotics, they like, I hear their adverts everywhere, radio, TV. Like, they are a big brand. Like, you've got money behind them.
They do all the multivitamins,
Yeah,
innit? Men's multivitamins.
Yeah, if you're a man, take this one.
kids'
If you're a woman, take this
multivitamins.
one. When you look at their oil, the CBD oil, yeah, THC free, no purer CBD. Can you imagine that claim?
Purer.
No purer CBD. Like, so what makes your CBD so pure?
And why is it more pure than someone else's?
Yeah.
The same CBD as you.
We've got premium quality grade, fine. Suitable for vegans, fine. No additives or flavors. 18 year, you gotta be 18 to take this.
All of them say this.
I mean, is there a law on that?
No, there's no actual law.
There's
on
no
CBD.
actual law on.
I mean, there's lots of studies that show that one of the most effective things CBD can be used for is autism and ADHD in kids.
Yep.
Not so much in adults. I mean, it works in adults as
For
well,
sure.
but in kids it seems to be a much more effective than giving them bloody Ritalin.
Yeah.
Which
Right
is
now, the
speed.
bank is asking me to prove that we don't sell to under 18s, even though there's no law. I mean, there's not. I mean, it's like
It's like a de facto thing
Yeah.
rather than actual
It's,
law.
it's
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
complete double standard, isn't it? Like on the one hand, you're saying, oh, it's a substance that needs to be treated with care, like maybe medicinal value or another, and then on the other hand, you're like, no, it's just a food supplement.
Yeah.
It's just a food supplement, but you can't sell it to anyone who's over 18. Like, is there another food supplement on the market that has that same age limit? I don't think so.
UK's #1 vitamin company. This is Queen's Award. All right. It's a premium class of CBD. Really? How premium is it?
Depends what you class as premium, I guess.
I mean, like, yeah,
In terms of isolates, it might be a good isolate.
it's the best isolate ever.
Yeah.
Really? All isolates look the same to me. It's white powders, mate.
Yeah. Don't get confused with the other one, so.
Oh, yeah, it's making me laugh. Isolated from cannabis sativa L, hemp, okay? In a highly controlled environment to give you, to give you the purest cannabidiol, all right?
As bodyguards, just make sure
This
the
shit
weed doesn't
walking
act up. You stay there, you head plant.
This is a controlled
I see
area.
that leaf waving.
Yeah.
Do you know what's cracking me up though? Look how specific they are with the milligrams. 16.6 milligrams and 33.3 milligrams for the drops. But they're doing it by a drop system, which could not be like more inaccurate. Like, if you care about accuracy, why use a drop system?
One drop for me is one size, and one drop for you is next size.
Exactly.
Like,
And then, I'm sorry, but who's going to be counting 28 drops into your mouth?
we tell you the dose for a whole dropper,
Yeah.
and you've got markings for quarter, half, 3/4. So
Yeah, exactly.
you can easily just do the maths on whatever you're taking and know exactly what you're getting.
And even if you don't want to do the maths, you just know that I take half a dropper at a time, and that's my dose, and it's so much simpler. I mean, 28 drops, come on. CBD isolate tested for banned substances in sport. Joke.
What is CBD going to have in it that's banned in sport?
Yeah. So what else we got in here?
It's a no terpenes.
No terpenes in it. This is just the wackest product ever.
Do you know I've just clocked on this one as well? Look, there's no batch number on it. They got the space for batch number, and then there's no best before.
It's not even like, it might be on the bottom, it might be stamped
Yeah,
on the
fair.
bottom, but I can't remember.
I
but-
don't know, mate. That's a bit bad.
where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So which one are we looking at now? So again, another CBD oil claiming to calm you down. I mean, that's fine. CBD does help calm you down, it relieves anxiety and chills you out. It's actually got quite a lot more ingredients in this bottle here. I think this is probably the best one out of the lot that we've
I
seen
agree.
so far.
I agree.
As you can see, it's got things like L-theanine in there, chamomile extract,
That'd be good.
ashwagandha,
Nice.
garden mint oil, peppermint oil. I mean, like the little table they've got at the back as well, the nutrition information.
It's a bit jarring as sideways, isn't it, compared to everything else?
And it makes our video look shit. We're all doing that.
500 milligrams, so
So per 2 doses, you're getting 5 milligrams. So you're looking at 17
17
milligrams, 17.5 milligrams
Yeah.
per. Is it a drop or dropper? It doesn't say. And
per dose.
it's still got that same brand that they actually were illegal about. Remember, they were 12 times over the legal limit of
12
THC.
milligrams of THC per bottle.
Is that correct? I don't want to lie about ourselves, but something around that number.
That's what I read in the news.
Yeah, there was something around that number that no one was testing their product, really, and they actually found that when they did test it, it was 12 times over the legal limit.
Well, no. To be honest, it's just they hadn't done their due diligence. They hadn't looked. They hadn't double checked like what the if the lab certificates they were sent were actually right. And I mean, on a small scales, these sorts of things are usually all right.
Yeah.
On a scale like that, when millions of people in the UK would have already, like hundreds of thousands at least, would have bought that, taken that.
This is the same company that did a 2-page spread about a woman curing her cancer with cannabis oil, but just failed to, at the same time they're launching their one, but failed to mention that it wasn't their oil she was using. She was using an oil she'd obtained herself probably off the black market. Didn't specify.
Some sort of RSO, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they were using this to try and plug their own oil shamelessly. So
I remember seeing the adverts. I remember seeing the adverts thinking, what the hell is going on? Like, we are literally getting scrutinised in our shop, and these guys are putting out adverts. I couldn't even get a business account because I was selling CBD.
Like, let's say someone did decide to drink one of those bottles or a couple of those bottles just because they were, oh, it's just CBD, bang, bang. And, mate, like, I'm not opposed to THC, but if you don't know that there's THC there and you're not a smoker, you're not a stoner.
I'm not opposed to THC, but I'm definitely opposed to being spiked.
That's just what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want to get spiked.
It'll be a bit of a shock for someone who doesn't.
Of course, imagine if it's, an older person who never tried it before, you could actually get paranoid thinking, what the hell's going on to me?
And they got, from what I remember also reading, they just got a slap on the wrist and the courts decided to take no further action on it.
NFA, mate, NFA. What we're talking about now, this kind of hypocrisies. What was that?
What are you doing?
He's knocked over that.
He ran away.
Sorry.
Well, I just landed on him.
Our dog just knocked over a little box or whatever.